Guys, what if Minecraft never changed? Never got updated from the older versions of the game? Would we still have things like rubies? Would we be using those to trade villagers? How about the quiver? What if you had to use this quiver item to store arrows in order to use your bows? How about if we dug so far back that we saw what the original and portal frames were apparently designed to look like? Would it still take us to the end? Or would it take us somewhere brand new? Today we cover 7 different scenarios of what Minecraft may have looked like if it just never changed. Alright, so what you guys are seeing right here are different buttons that are going to teleport us to different survival scenarios. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, grand total of 7, all covering different ways Minecraft could have looked if these updates never changed. From ruby ores and gems to studded armor, we've got, whatever that behemoth is, gross, to gears, change to the stat system, changes to portals. Yes, this one is really cool looking. And even a fan favorite that's recently been brought back to life, crying Obsidian, although its implementation looked a little bit different way back in the day, or at least the plan for it did. So we're going to do that one last. For now, we're going to go ahead and start with scenario number 1, villages and rubies. So we'll press this button here, and you'll notice right off the bat, the offhand slot, well, I guess you'll really notice off the bat, things are catching fire. Oh, maybe the village that we're looking at, actually. But look, no offhand slot. You gotta just pretend, use your imagination with me. It's got a big old X in it. Act like it's not there, right? Okay, so why don't we start here? Ruby caves, village ahead. Okay, so we got the diamond pickaxe and some torches here, and we'll get to the stats that we see here in just a second as well. There's a lot that would not have changed if there was other people in charge. So, with that in mind, we need to find... Hey, there it is. How about it? Rubies, baby. So, rubies were originally planned for Minecraft ages ago, right? This was a texture that was found in the actual texture pack files of Minecraft years ago, like so much time back. And at any rate, it's not in game currently, but there was always a chance it could have been in game if just things were just slightly different, right? So, iron is normal. Do have our hands on some rubies. Now, doesn't look like there's any more, so I guess we could just head back up to that village. Hopefully the person we want to trade isn't caught on fire right now, but either way, if rubies are still in game, there's in all likelihood a chance we'd be using them instead of emeralds for trading these nearby villagers, because maybe villagers still got updated, but rubies were the things that stayed, right? So let's go ahead, find ourselves a villager, and see if they want my goods. I hear one. Ah, here it is. Eye Patch Wonder and Books McGee. Oh, and I want what he wants. I'll have what he's having. So, 7 rubies for 1 empty map. Yo, that's a steal if you ask me. Hold on a second. Well, what's the map of? Oh, that's just of this area. What a rip. Okay, how about you? 3 rubies for an iron axe. So, it seems as though there was potential for the rubies to basically serve the same purpose of emeralds. So, at any rate, they were kind of added in, maybe made more rare as emeralds, but either way, they're used to trade with the testificates, which we now know as villagers. So that's one implementation down. But how about some other scenarios? Alright, so we're back here once again. Scenario number 2 involves mine shafts alongside studded armor and brown spiders. If you didn't know, spiders have seen a texture change since Minecraft originally came out. Let's go ahead and show you what we're talking about right here. Oh boy, well, I already hear him. We should probably get our hands, yes, on some goodies. Thank you so much. In fact, right here is this old armor. Studded armor was a type of armor you could originally find in Minecraft that was a mixture of chainmail as well as leather. So you can see it mixed together right now, and it was sort of meant to act as an in-between defensive bonus between these 2 different types of armor in question. Now, we need to find our hands on some of these spiders. Okay, look, we've got even more leggings right here. Stat system hanging out a little too much in the way. We now have the full set of armor. I don't know why they ended up not implementing this. It would have been a great in-between, especially because as far as I know, we still don't have a way to craft chainmail armor. Hey, this would have been a good in-between. So check this out. These are the original textures for spiders. Yo, dangerous guys. As you can see, they're way more plain in nature, in a way almost looking like, you know, just a completely different type of spider, like maybe a brown recluse, or, I don't know. I'm not an expert on spiders, to be honest with you. I don't know if this looks like an actual spider at all, but you can tell that these ones were not poisonous in nature, and so one way or another, these guys got a new texture, and so if they were still in game, we don't know what these brown ones would do. I'd love to see more spider variants eventually show up. Maybe the deeper spiders look like these brown ones. Maybe they've been digging in the dirt in the caves. I don't know. Either way, I'd be happy to see them re-implemented once again. It's time, though, for another scenario. Right, so this next one involves changes to textures. This little guy right over here. Hi. What are you, dumb? Oh boy, yo, please do not blow up. Believe it or not, this was a mob that was actually in game at some point. Like way back, and the mob itself was a little bit of an accident, but it kind of lends to the backstory of the creeper mob. So let's find out and check out some fields to show off Enderman and other creeper and other texture changes. So first of all, we're in a field filled with some lovely flowers, but look closely. This is not a poppy. Red flowers are in game currently. They're known as poppies. These are red roses. This is an old texture that was changed. And so if Minecraft was, never updated or never changed, we'd probably be used to seeing these guys planted all over the place still. Now, daisies were there way back in the day, but roses, that's you used to rule the fields, okay? Now we have poppies, and roses were re-implemented in a different form, namely in the form of rose bushes, which I believe are planted right over here. It's like they heard me talking about them or something. Hilarious. So, this is now the only remaining type of roses you can find in-game. If we wanted to get a singular rose, well, too bad. It literally doesn't exist in Minecraft anymore. So, what we have seen just over by those buttons are what they would look like if they were still here. But that's not the only texture change. As I said, we have a pig creeper to kind of figure out. So, say goodbye. We've stopped and smelled the roses. It's time to move on. Set time to midnight. Now, it is a little bit dark, so we're going to go ahead and just make sure that we can at least see right now. And you guys can catch a glimpse of some other exciting mobs that used to spawn in all over Minecraft. They were one of Minecraft's first mobs. In fact, they're right here. They're known as players, or at least originally monsters. Now, this was one of the first mob implementations. It'd be these players that are just bouncing around, constantly jumping, moving their feet in a similar manner to what you see here. Now, this, of course, is our own take on it. So they didn't look exactly like that, but their arms would flail, and they'd move about in every which way. They also used to not growl at you. In fact, they had no sounds attached to them at all. So what you're seeing here is, like 90% of the way there. Point is, though, before the zombies were roaming around, this is who you had for company. And yeah, it got this hectic. Not only that, though, but when Notch was originally designing pigs to appear in-game, he accidentally coded in the pig to have its body standing, vertically. And we got left with that, a creeper. Although, Notch obviously didn't want the creepers to look like vertical pigs. So they were eventually given their own texture that looks closer to the creeper that we know and love, and or hate today. But this is just an eyesore, to be perfectly honest with you. But hey, it's pretty good at clearing zombies or players or whatever this is about. Anyways, we move on. This armor's not that good. Oh yeah, and check these guys out too. I totally forgot. Enderman originally used to have green eyes. There was none of this pink. There's none of this purple eyes. It was green eyes. Look at some of the oldest development versions of Minecraft, and you would see that these guys had the look of, malice, money, I don't know what, green poison. Oh boy, hugs. Hi buddy, you want a hug? Jeez, easy does it. All right, scenario number 4 of if Minecraft never changed. Underground caves with gearstone. Right. This is going to be the biggest stretch yet, but hey, you got to work with me. What you're looking at right here is the original implementation of what would eventually lead to redstone in-game. That dust that just sits and collects even more dust in your bank. Right. I know most of y'all don't use redstone, don't act like you know, but we're going to go ahead and check out what it would look like if redstone didn't exist. We've got here a nice pickaxe and some gearstone torches. Right. Just give me a second, okay? Check this out. Here's what the ore could have looked like. Now, this wouldn't have made much sense from an ore to gear transition ratio, but I'm not going to ask too many questions, okay? If redstone was never implemented, we may have been left with gears instead, which were originally implemented into game and were meant to act as the ability, the thing that enables the ability to automate things in game. So right now, they act fairly similar to redstone in nature, except without needing to be powered, they instantly begin rotating all over the place. It's a little hard to see on these stone blocks. If we went this way, though, you'd catch a better glimpse of that. Beautiful. Love it. Okay, but we need to mine a couple of them. You know, for effect, mostly. All right, we've got a couple of these guys. There's probably another couple up here. And look, without redstone, we wouldn't be able to do a lot of the exciting stuff we can currently do. Opening doors from a distance. Having pistons that allow us to push things. Conveyor belts. All sorts of things like that. Gearstone torch, activate. Nice and powered now. Count your blessings that we didn't get left with gears, because they seem to be a lot more limiting than the dust that we currently have. I mean, they're cool to watch rotate around, but, you know, you're not going to get much more than that. Alright, scenario number 5. Monster spawner mob farm for stat system. Yes, that's right. This thing that's been hanging out in my inventory for majority of this video, and you've been wondering, like, what is that? Well, believe it or not, this was the original proposal for earning experience, gaining stats, and levels in Minecraft. You can see this in some of the oldest screenshots, a bunch of numbers and text that would say attack, defense, speed. Well, this is what it might look like if they were never removed from game. Love pressing buttons. Okay, so check this out. We've got some gear. We're going to hold on to it, and we're going to go ahead and start hunting away to get some experience in game. We have some bottles of enchanting in the event that we, you know, get sick of this alleged scenario. Now, with any luck, we may be able to find some players nearby to spit all over my screen, by the way. Or heck, we might even be able to find some of these awesome brown spiders. Oh boy, yeah, yo, literally right there. Okay, easy does it. Easy does it. Now, the idea here is the old stat system would encourage you to gain levels and experience by doing things in-game, whether that's defeating mobs, mining coal, you know, all sorts of goodies. Defeating humans that all want hugs for some reason. Guys, seriously, can't work with it, okay? Where's the hand sanitizer? You know what time we're living in right now? Okay, you got the gears, you got all that, you got the goodness. I think you guys get the idea. Well, in this implementation, the moment we get to level 10, we're presented with some very unique options indeed. You get a little pop-up. You leveled up. What stat do you want to increase? Attack, defense, or speed? So, kiss your 10 levels goodbye the moment you check one of these. So, let's go ahead and give it to attack. We've selected attack. All 10 levels, as you can see below, are now completely gone. And now our attack stat's been bumped up to 25, which means we have a constant strength boost going at all times now that we've leveled up. So if any players, quote unquote, if that's what your real name is, want to mess around, well, I got your name and number now. We literally have strength boost. We're tooting all of these mobs despite not really having any sort of enchantments on our gear at all. This is pretty wild, okay? I'm a big fan. I do like it. But there are some downsides. If you did die, you would lose all of your stats. Let's go ahead and give myself one more before we go ahead and kill ourselves on purpose. Okay, get away from me, zombie. I'm trying to explain things. Did he just drop? He just dropped an arm. Yeah, that's an arm, all right. Anyways, let's choose our next level up. Let's go speed. So now we've lost some levels, right? We were just at 12, now we're at 2. And now I have a constant speed boost as well, and speed has been bumped up on our stat screen right here. But, tragic day, I'll tell you what. Sometimes you die just like that, especially in real life. It always happens to me. I'm just kidding, by the way. But look, all of our stats were completely wiped. No longer in our favor. Dying had serious consequences. You could lose all of your accumulated stats at the nearest drop from a cliff. Although, if you're falling off cliffs, you probably deserve it. Alright, 2 more scenarios to go. This next one is this portal, which I know y'all's been wondering about, okay? Well, believe it or not, this is one of the original textures for the Stronghold portal frames. This is Stronghold, Aether Portal, and Quiver. So, don't mind if we do. We're going to jump right into this so that you can see what Minecraft would have looked like if we ended up getting our sky dimension instead of the end that we know and love. So, we got some gear. We're going to put it on, get nice and ready, because we've got some cool stuff that awaits us just down there. But for the time being, let's show you a brand new recipe. The Quiver, an item we've covered in different videos in the past on our channel, but not in the same type of implementation. First of all, you make it with 4 pieces of leather, 2 pieces of string. You've got your quiver right there. Fantastic. What the quiver would be used for is this offhand slot that we've had as an X this entire time. Well, the idea behind the quiver is that you could use it to load up arrows. Behold, if you go ahead and put your quiver in your hotbar right there, you can actually open up that offhand slot to stack arrows. If you didn't have your quiver on you anymore, look at what would happen. You see, the arrows disappeared from my offhand slot instantly. But going up to pick that instantly brings back the arrows. The quiver is literally holding these arrows. So although we never got quivers, we basically got something better, which is an offhand slot at a moment's notice. So you guys can step away so we can show you the new type of portal area that you guys may be unfamiliar with. It's right here. This was in the texture files as the original graphic for what was probably going to end up being the Stronghold portal frame. So now, if you wanted to, I don't know, unlock these, you're going to need to get your hands on some Eyes of Ender. So placing them in would slowly light these up, I don't know, in an attempt to send a signal to this sky portal or dimension, what have you. Go ahead, fill y'all in, looking good. I know that silverfish is going to try to destroy my life in a second, so I need to be very, very careful about my placement here. Okay, good. We'll place in these last three. And just like that. Are y'all ready? This isn't the end that you're used to. This is something completely new. Welcome, my friends, to the Sky Dimension, with the Sky Dragon to boot. In some of the oldest versions of Minecraft, there were talks of a Sky Dimension. Literally floating islands of overworld that you'd be able to build on. Maybe there'd be clouds below, and the idea here is that if you went so high up in Minecraft, you'd eventually hit the Sky Dimension. So in this implementation, we've got a portal that takes us there instead. I would have loved for there to be some kind of version of Minecraft where if you were in the Sky Dimension and you fell into the void below, you would literally fall back to regular old Earth. Now, this Sky Dragon is around here somewhere. I don't exactly know where, but we can TP him to us right now. Type equals Ender Dragon. That's what he's currently listed. And check it out. Ooh, look at him, big boy. Don't worry, we can fly faster than you, buddy. So this is the Sky Dragon. He clearly has no real way to go. I think he's offended. It's just he doesn't make up your mind, dude. I'm trying to show you off. Brand new texture, brand new everything. Still capable of destroying blocks all around him. Couldn't tell you where he's headed. Don't know if you guys care enough to anyways. But look, I'd have been all for an Ender Dragon that is just flying in the overworld. And you just got to do what you can to deal with it. Really sweet stuff. But okay, hey, here's our final scenario. Mountain/crying obsidian to reset spawn. Don't mind if I do. If Minecraft never changed, we would have gotten that previous form of crying obsidian ages ago. Here's how you make it, at least in our version. You need 8 obsidian and 1 lab. The moment you have that, you've got crying obsidian. Now, the idea behind crying obsidian in its earliest development stages was that you could use it to set your spawn. So, if we were to, I don't know, place some crying obsidian right here, right-click it, respawn point has been set. You can see it in the text right down there. And so if we were to fall off this ledge, as an example, boom! Check it out. Instantly spawned right back there. Lovely. Wow. We've kind of gotten that in a similar form with the recent implementation of the respawn anchor in the Minecraft 1.16 snapshots, because it does take crying obsidian, although crying obsidian no longer looks like the block that you're seeing in front of you right here. So, you know, we'll compromise. But hey, what I want to know from you guys is, which of these 7 features do you wish Minecraft would have kept? In the comment section below, let me know. You can only choose one, or I guess, if you want, you don't have to choose any, and you could say, I don't like any of these. I don't think any of them should have stayed. Hey, wait. Where was the pig creeper? So weird. I could have seen him somewhere. Oh, boy.